Alright, so this video is in response to Waveblaze's My Experience with FFXIV Elitism. Let me preface this by saying that originally, we were just gonna let this issue blow over because we don't want to stir up any more drama. But given the situation and the amount of harassment people in our group are receiving, I feel as though it is appropriate to address the current situation and give our perspective on what happened. Neither Rin Karagani nor the other team members are directly responsible for kicking Wave from the group. That was my own decision as raid leader and what I felt like was the most appropriate course of action given the circumstances. The first clip linked in the description below is from the raid night that Wave did not include in his video. I didn't kick Wave for being a bad healer. It is evident from the video that both parties have room for improvement. As you can see from our Discord DMs, I made the reason clear to him, yet he chose to skew his narrative in his video and made it seem as though I kicked him for that one particular incident. In fact, I reminded him multiple times to be present during discussion and be more communicative with his co-healer. It led to the point where I would have to play back and forth between both healers because they would refuse to communicate with each other, as you can see in this DM. This brings me to my first reason for kicking Wave. He doesn't tune in during instances where the rest of the group is learning and deciding on strats to use for upcoming mechanics. Additionally, Wave does not listen when anybody else would speak in general. For example, one night we were finished trialing members and we asked the trials to leave VC so that we could discuss in private. As you can see in the second clip linked in the description, Rin announces that he is ending his stream so we could speak in private, but Wave is oblivious to this fact and continues to stream regardless. At 8:50 specifically, Wave says that he doesn't care that the trials may be tuning into the stream and that he would say it to their faces. We felt like this was extremely disrespectful, both to the group and to the trialees. Additionally, Wave would frequently ask questions but then respond with "I wasn't listening" or "I'm not following." This wouldn't be an issue if it was our first time seeing the mechanic, or if we were a casual static. But to ask basic questions of a mechanic after we have seen it multiple times, and then proceed to ignore the explanation, does not meet the bare requirements of what I expect from my raid team. Leading me to my next point, Wave refuses to acknowledge the whys behind a mechanic, and would rather just blindly follow toolboxes that are handed to him on a silver platter. Clip 3 in the description shows an example of this. Again, there is no inherent problem in memorizing toolboxes, but it just does not meet my own bare minimum expectations in this static. You can call me an elitist for thinking that way, but all 7 other members are fully aware of this expectation, so it is extremely disrespectful of our free time when one member needs to be constantly catered towards. As you can see in this TM, I did make an effort to cater towards Wave's learning style by making personalized toolboxes and adjusting every minute detail. But the fact that he made absolutely zero contribution, nor showed any interest at all in the formulation of our strategies, was a huge red flag. His mindset was, "I don't care what strat you use, just pick one." It is extremely frustrating to the rest of the team when one member completely tunes out during relevant discussion. Following this, Wave would not show up to raid prepared for upcoming mechanics, even after being presented toolboxes. He asks basic questions such as what is Dynamis, or what is Near World, or what is Far World, after we have seen the mechanic multiple times. I would have no issue explaining these things if it were a brand new mechanic, but these were all things that were already discussed in voice chat multiple nights prior, but apparently not heard by Wave because, again, he's the only one that completely tunes out during discussions. Again, I felt though as this was extremely disrespectful of the team's free time. Finally, Wave was overall disrespectful in voice chat and would constantly speak over people and raise his voice. He passed it off as being an emotional person, but I had to remind him on several occasions to watch his tone when speaking to people, to no improvement. This was another red flag to me, because again, having yelling matches mid-raid kills the vibe of the group and is extremely disrespectful to the members. Ultimately, it came down to both our healers having no chance of getting along, so I had to make the decision to kick one of them. Although both members had their own issues, as we all do, I chose to kick Wave because at least Dice came prepared to each session and participated in discussion. I could not in good conscience continue with a team where both healers have zero communication and synergy with each other. There are many more instances of Wave exhibiting all of the above behavior, which are all documented on Rin's stream. This video is not meant to throw a jab back at Wave, it is purely to address the current controversy surrounding us and put this drama to rest. I hope this clears up any confusion, and please stop harassing people over it. Thanks.